Right, what's up, worldwide family? Welcome back to the channel, Jimmy Flippin' Deals. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome back. Oh, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope sales are just cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. I really do. Y'all let me know in the comment section how things are. There have been a few developments. It was an update on the pajama fiasco. First, let me catch y'all up. For those that don't know, I had a customer in the last couple of days that purchased a size 2X pajama set and then subsequently returned an identical make and model or whatever, however you want to say that, the same set, but instead of a 2XL, they sent me back an XL. So fast forward to today, I had sent it in for review, and I got it back that I needed to send her an email and give her an opportunity to correct her mistake, right? So, like I said, I generally, in that circumstance, do a very generic email that says, hey, I received your product in today. There was an issue with it meeting the same, it matching what I sent out. I sent you a 2X, you gave me an XL. This could have happened anywhere in the returns process. It wasn't necessarily your fault. I see these mistakes happen all the time that aren't the seller's fault. But should you have made a mistake, I wanted to give you the opportunity to go ahead and correct that, right? She fires back almost immediately, and originally during the return process, she had marked the purchase, my shipment, as damaged was the reason for the return. When she fires back, she says, no, you sent me an XL in a 2XL package, and that's why I'm getting my money back. You misrepresented it. You're a liar and a thief, whatever. That kind of that was her attitude towards things, right? And that's why I'm getting my money back. Now, I am not saying that I am perfect. I'm not saying that I don't make mistakes. If during the returns when she received my product, if she would have marked it as wrong size, item doesn't match the description, something along those lines, I would think that it's quite possible I could have made a mistake. However, those things generally don't happen. Normally, there's not an XL sitting in a 2XL package. It's not past the realm of possibility. It just isn't normally what happens. And she didn't mark it like that. She marked it as damaged. So many times, sellers that are in my business doing what I do with these marketplaces are moving so much that the returns process is often sent elsewhere where you don't even really catch back the returns that you're getting in. It's kind of like the Amazon returns buyouts, right? Where it ends up in some sort of crazy days or something. I am a small seller, not just in height, but in stature. I think that was an appropriate joke. As far as I'm short, that's what I was trying to throw in there. But I'm a small reseller, and I do check my packages. I check them all. I didn't originally, and then I realized how many people on these particular, marketplaces in general, how much fraud is actually part of it. And because the marketplaces allow a certain element of seller protection in these matters, I find it worthwhile to check. And so here we are. I submitted it for a review. I did the email as I was told, and it bounced a couple times. These companies, these e-com companies, a lot of times they use the virtual, the VAs or whatever, and the call centers in different countries that are not the easiest to deal with because it's cheap, and it makes sense. However, it's not very user-friendly. So it bounced the first couple times. So, you know, I sent them pictures of the barcode, I sent them pictures of the item, sent them pictures of the label, showed them pictures of the listing, the size requirements, and the first email I get back is, hey, we need the barcode, we need the, you know, everything that I've sent them. I've done it so many times now, I know exactly what they want, so I sent it to them initially. And their response of I need this, that, the other shows that they're not spending any time to work on it. They're just clearing it off their screen, right? So I fired back and I you know, softly, right? I said, I have already sent you that stuff. Everything, literally everything you asked for is in the attachments. If you would just open it, you would see it. And like I say, it came back once or twice after that. And then finally, I got an email that says, we're happy to announce, because of our seller protection, we're approving your deal. We're giving you your money. Now, I am still on the hook for shipping both ways. So it's not a profitable thing for me, but I'm not losing out like I had. Now something else did pop up. Most marketplaces, including this one, follow whether or not you upload valid tracking, right? On a separate order, one popped up, and I always upload valid tracking with hundreds and hundreds of packages that go out every month. I stay off of this report, right? So I researched the purchase order number, I researched the item, the tracking number, the label, you know, I'm making sure that everything's right, and I did address the label perfectly, so I took a download of that PDF, right, and I took a screenshot of USPS tracking information. The package actually arrived 3 days earlier than what it should have, right? So I'm in good form with this one. So I'm thinking, okay, no big deal. So I send a thing, you know, an email to them. I said, hey, this thing's not accurate, blah, blah, blah. And here is the documentation. Here's the order, here's the label, here's the USPS stuff. You know, it's all valid, like, here you go, you know, on a silver platter kind of deal. And they fire back with, your item is not eligible to be taken on. I said, well, why is that? And they said, well, situations like weather and things we account for, but other than that, our system's accurate. I said, well, you know, obviously not, because here you go, you know. I said, well, we're not even going to look at that stuff. So you're not even going to look at tracking information from the shipper showing that the item's correct. No, we're not. So that doesn't make any sense at all. You know, let me talk to a supervisor. They said, wait, we have considered this, we've consulted with leadership, and our decision is final. So that's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You know, and I get it that if they would have fired back and said, hey, this is an automated system, which in reality, this is probably the deal. This is an automated system. It's a beast, and we don't have any control over it. If it popped in there, then that's the way it is. And in that case, it's understandable. But I would think, on my side of things, if I were them, which I'm not, but if I were, I would think that I could look at the information that's submitted and say, you know what, hey, this guy is right. His item should not have been in there. Maybe there's a problem with this beast of an automated system. Obviously there is, but if it's a repeat, maybe, you know, IT or whatever the appropriate people need to take a look at it. But boy, let me, you know, at least document the instance and say, hey, I see that you're right, and I want to put in here that, you know, although it shows up, like, we acknowledge that it's not accurate. And none of that happened. Like, we went through way more emails than what it should to get absolutely nowhere. Matter of fact, they kept sending me this template of theirs about the weather and how yada yada. Weather, it showed up 3 days early, guys. Like we're not talking about weather. And they said, well, yeah, but it doesn't show delivered. It absolutely does in the tracking. If you look at it, it shows delivered. Matter of fact, within their own system on a different screen where it's actually the order, not the valid tracking rate, right? Where it's the actual order, it shows delivered. Like it's a no-brainer, and these guys are just unable to take the leap of the system messed up, because the system is infallible, right? The seller's always wrong. Maybe that ought to be the topic of this one, but it was just ridiculous at the resistance that I was met with it. So ultimately, and I may get in trouble for it, but I said, I don't feel this has been handled appropriately. I didn't say it, but the decisions y'all have made lack intellect at all. Like you're and I did tell them if you would look into the attachments that I sent you, rather than just trying to clear your screen, maybe seller support could support this seller and fix this situation that's showing up negatively on my report card, right? But no, that wasn't even part of it. They didn't want to hear anything, so I asked them, like I said, may get in trouble for it, how do I file a complaint? They said, well, we've already had leadership look at this. That's beside the point and doesn't address my question. How do I file a complaint? Like this is ridiculous, So I'm waiting to hear back from that. Hopefully I don't get in any trouble. I did try out another Walmart today. I went to go see my dad to get him a few things. That crazy man, all of the things that he wants in the nursing home. Of all things, he wanted a blender today, and fruits, and a cutting board, and a chef's knife, which I really do not think they're going to let him keep any of that. But I brought it to him nonetheless. Here you go. I snuck in the knife, and the cutting board, and the watermelon, and I just, ridiculous. But I mean, hey, why not? What's it really hurt? And if they take it away, they don't even let the guy have an aspirin. So I don't think they're going to let him have a butcher's knife when they find out about it. But nevertheless, he wanted it, he got it. Checked out another Walmart in the area. I didn't find too much, which is disappointing. I don't want to necessarily take a day off of my side gig to run through Walmarts when I'm really not picking up a whole lot. I am almost caught up with merchandise and will have to take the chance and burn a day, right? And see what I can see and find what I can find, just like last year, right? But nevertheless, so that will be coming, but I don't have high hopes of it. I would really like for it to get better, but so far it's not. So short of that, there are a few things, but I'm going to save them for the next video. That is the video, guys. I really appreciate y'all watching. Thank you so much. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. All right? Bye.